Babies truly were more intense, confusing, yet amazing little ones, and they did require greater skill from their parents. Yet accepted parenting practices simply did not address their needs. It was time to find a better way. I began a fervent quest to understand several underlying questions. What made these babies spirited? Did the same factors that influenced older children's behavior also apply to infants? What was life like for their parents? And most important, what did both the babies and the parents need to thrive? In my quest for knowledge, I returned to graduate school to complete a doctorate in education. In the process, I reviewed the latest research on temperament, parent-infant interaction, neuroscience, self-regulation, attachment, child development, and sleep. I identified parents of spirited babies at pediatric clinics by asking them to complete a temperament survey describing the characteristics of their babies. I then interviewed parents of the spirited babies, asking them to describe their thoughts and feelings when their baby cried or did not sleep, how their baby was similar to or different from others they knew, and how life with their baby had affected their adult relationships. Eager to share their stories, they described feelings of shock at how challenging it was to be the parent of this baby, intertwined with a sense of awe for the powerful spirit that lay within their child. The parents' tales of successes and joys mixed with those of confusion, doubts, and disappointments. I listened for common themes, as well as the gems of insights not previously mentioned in the research. Following the interviews, each parent kept a journal for 1 week, recording their baby's sleep, wake, and crying behaviors, and their own emotions and thoughts in response to those behaviors. The parents' written insights both reinforced the themes I had identified and presented new concepts I had previously missed. My goal was to dig deep into their feelings, beliefs, thoughts, and actions to understand their experience, how they made sense of life with a spirited baby, and the meaning they attributed to it. My data was extensive, but my sample small, so I did not stop there. I expanded my research and knowledge from multiple angles over the years by conducting hundreds of additional interviews with parents. Then I turned to other leading professionals in the field to learn from them. I took the information and the effective strategies that I had gathered and tested them in my classes for parents of spirited infants and in private consultations. Together, we hashed over the information, applied it in real home settings, tossed what was not helpful, and collected the strategies that truly worked for spirited infants, parents, and caregivers. 15 years in the making, the result of these efforts is the Spirited Baby Method and this book. To flourish, spirited babies need the Spirited Baby Method, which addresses their inborn temperament and highly sensitive arousal systems. It presents an attentive, responsive approach to parenting that is attuned to each baby's unique needs, as well as the needs of the whole family. But another exciting discovery is that the effectiveness of this methodology is not limited to spirited babies. Every parent of an infant experiences spirited baby moments. Any parent can benefit from this book, which helps them not only understand and care for their baby, but also care for themselves, including their relationships, which are profoundly changed by life with a baby. As you listen to Raising Your Spirited Baby, you'll realize how having effective strategies in hand can calm you and energize you, allowing you to see, hear, and understand your baby's needs. You'll gain a newfound appreciation for your baby's intensity, tenacity, and perceptiveness, and for the gifts they can be. The stories included are amalgamations of tales shared and honest emotions expressed. Details have been slightly altered to protect the privacy of the families, yet each story holds its own truth. Through these stories, you will find I am honest about the difficulty of the journey with a spirited baby, but you will also see I bring you hope, a vision of how rewarding and life-changing this experience can be once the challenging behaviors and mystifying responses of these loud, bright, passionate babies are understood. I will be the first to admit, the Spirited Baby Method is not a magical quick fix. That does not exist. I looked for it. It is a process that requires time, practice, and gentle nudges. But it does work. It does lay out a pathway to less stress and more ease.